I said, everyone's emailing us, telling us stuff, and we're not going to stop covering it. And I did an interview actually this morning. It was with the Daily Telegraph, and she was asking me, what is it about this case that just really got you into it? And I was explaining to her, I don't like when defenseless people get bullied. Like, I am the person that if I see it at an airport, like if I see a mother, and I've done this before, like who's on the phone distracted and is like yanking her child and he's like crying, and I say something. I always say something, because there's something about watching people that are defenseless just being abused that just lights a fire in my belly. It's like, pick on someone your own size. Ryan Reynolds, pick on me. I got it. Like I've got fight in me. And when I decide to pick up these battles, I have to see them through to the end. It becomes obsessive for me, because I just, especially when it's a man using the Me Too movement to get what he wants, like Ryan Reynolds, an insecure little baby. I cannot tolerate that. That drives me absolutely insane. Thank you to Reem for the donation. Same for Fadi. Thank you so much for the donation. And he asks, hi, Candace, off topic a bit. We, the OG fans, want to know how we are going to celebrate 4 million subs along with you soon. Ideas? We collectively have 2 words for you. Amelia Perez, popcorn ready and waiting. Much love and respect. Yes, guys. Also, if you're here watching on YouTube Live, hit the subscribe button. We are really getting close to 4 million, which would be the first time I ever had 4 million subs. I had to rebuild my channel off the Daily Wire. So I already feel like we have so many followers. I have more followers than I had when I was there. And now we're getting really close to 4 million. So I'm excited. We are going to have a party. I don't know what kind of party we're going to have, but everyone's invited. True Natives writes, can you check into the illegal lawfare being waged against Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor in Illinois? They are using Jedediah Brown, a Trump rally disruptor and admitted DOJ asset, to harass Mayor Henyard. I have not heard about that at all. I'm not even going to pretend, and I can check it out, so my producer will make a note. Emilio writes, love your channel. It helps me speak up without fearing cancel culture. I also bought Chaos and can't wait to read it. As a flight attendant, I'm very respectful when I see public figures in airports. If I ever see you, can I say hi? You can always say hi. You can always say hi to me if you see me. I'm not one of those people that doesn't like to speak to people when I'm out, because I kind of think I wouldn't have a platform. I know I wouldn't have a platform if it wasn't for all of you guys that support the show and watch it every single day. So I'm always very grateful to everybody. Despite what the press says about me, I'm very nice. So you can always come up to me, but you can't take pictures of my kids. That's my only rule. I'll say no photos of my kids and hand my kid over to someone. Amy writes, thank you so much for providing hands down the best entertainment and reporting currently available. Thank you. I really, like I said, this case just got to me. And my cousin, Justin Baldoni, calling him my cousin, the reporter asked me today, she said, have you ever spoken to Justin Baldoni? Nope. Never spoken to him. Do not know him, but it's okay, because that's my little cousin, and I'm not going to allow these bullies to pick on him. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have like a kombucha day, because it's my little cousin who loves kombucha and yoga, and I feel like he has tea tree oils and sage. We're going to have a sage and kombucha day, and we're going to just like be here for Justin Baldoni, my crazy little cousin who's just way too nice and needs to speak back to these people. I mean, he really has mastered the art of restraint, because I was very angry reading the messages that were written to him. I don't know how he was nice back every single time. Okay, Bling is the new black says, oh my God, I've become such a huge fan. I would love to do some merch with you. Thank you so much. We're not doing any new merch right now. We just kind of do our Candace cups, but there is some merch on the website, CandaceOwens.com. Bailey Croft writes, I just know Blake and Ryan are watching, and Ryan is gaslighting Blake to believe it's not about them. Yeah, absolutely. It's a bunch of crazy people who are all paranoid, and they're just wrong, and it's going to be a painful process. And I think people are going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose because the public is watching this. The public is seeing this. It's going to hurt everybody that is involved. And yet they can't look away, because they're all so used to getting what they want. They're all just these little narcissists in Hollywood who don't realize that the public kind of hates them all. Speaking of which, by the way, I wanted to show you this, because remember, so we found the metadata. And I mean literally all of us, and we publicized it on Thursday, and then they amended their case rather to include the metadata from all of the internet sleuths, and that was on Friday. Well, over the weekend, the New York Times gave a statement to TMZ, and I want to show you, they are admitting via this statement, in my viewpoint, that we were correct about the metadata, because what they wrote. So I guess in the filing, they included one person who said that there was metadata, which showed that they had the complaint before they published the complaint. That was not on this show, okay? We never accused them of having the complaint before they published. We accused them of October 31st and of December 18th, and which shows that they had the messages and they were working on the story before Blake filed her complaint. So they're using, this is like a beautiful PR strategy. I don't know, Skylar, did we pull TMZ's New York Times' statement on that? I may have actually have it on my, while you're getting it up, I might actually have taken a screenshot of it because this is how PR works. I wanted to point this out to you. They're basically not answering the bigger part of it, which is Justin's team. Okay, it says, according to new docs obtained by TMZ, okay, that's Justin. Oh, you have it. Amazing. So they wrote, the sleuths have noted that a version of the Lively State complaint published by The Times carries the date December 10th, even though the complaint wasn't filed until more than a week later. The problem, that date is generated by Google software and is unrelated to the date when The Times received and posted it. And at the top there, you can see it says the Baldoni Wayfair legal filings are rife with inaccuracies about the New York Times, including, for example, the bogus claim that the Times had early access to Miss Lively's state civil rights complaint. A spokesperson for the newspaper tells us, Mr. Baldoni's lawyers based their erroneous claims on posting by amateur internet sleuths who, not surprisingly, are wrong. They're not addressing October 31st or the 18th. They looked in, this is perfect PR, and they found some sleuth, which wasn't us, who said that they had access to the CRD complaint. We've never alleged that. We think they were working on this story with the messages that they obviously got from PR woman Stephanie Jones. Really silly thing for her to do. Again, wouldn't be trusted to even work there. But the point being is that they only replied to the thing that was inaccurate. So this is a case of the dog that's not barking, and this is how PR works. They're not saying, why didn't they say, all of the metadata claims are wrong? They didn't. They went after one metadata claim that we didn't make, which makes me believe the dog that's not barking, the October 31st metadata is on the money, as is the December 18th metadata that we pulled, which shows that the artist was working on this piece. So we're showing you that, again, the artist working on the piece on the 18th. They had nothing to say about that. And also the metadata that we pulled, which showed the October 31st date. New York Times is in trouble. I'm telling you, everybody keeps going. But if this was me, I'd be out. I'd be so out. There are going to be like the lost public trust here and the lost company trust for WME and Stephanie Jones, Leslie Sloan, who just is objectively a really bad Me Too. Like, I'm a woman. I don't sit for depositions. It's just, this is terrible for your company. What are you saying? What do you mean you don't sit for depositions because you're a woman? That doesn't make you sound strong and fortified. I wouldn't want to hire you as my PR person. Like I said, everybody's trapping themselves to the same bomb, and the only person that's going to survive this is going to be Justin Baldoni, my little cousin. Anyways, you guys, also want to remind you lastly about American financing, because I know the average person finds it difficult to keep up with monthly expenses. In most cases, there is little left at the end of the month to cover any extras. Most Americans aren't getting a big raise. Expenses are up, and it is very hard to manage without using credit cards. So if you're a homeowner and you're frustrated with that cycle, I need you to make a 10-minute, no-obligation call today to my friends at American Financing. If you're carrying a credit card balance each month with a rate in the 20s or even the 30s, American Financing can help show you how to put your hard-earned equity to work and get you out of that debt. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are saving their customers an average of $800 a month. And if you get started today, you may not even have to make next month's mortgage payment. There are no upfront fees, so it costs nothing to find out how much you can save every month. Call American Financing today at 800-795-1210. Again, that's 800-795-1210. Or you can visit AmericanFinancing.net/Owens. It's AmericanFinancing.net/Owens today. All right, guys, going to read a few more comments. And also people that were asking about the installment of the Brigitte Macron series are supposed to go on our website today. I'm still hoping we're going to get that up in an hour. But to be honest with you, we have been undergoing DDoS attacks. So this may have to get bumped, and we're going to have to potentially put it on YouTube tomorrow. So we're working that out. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram for updates regarding that. Don't worry, we are still doing this entire series, but we have undergone the most aggressive DDoS attacks all weekend. They did not let up. They did not stop. A lot of you guys were emailing us. We were aware that they kept bringing down our servers. And my husband is saying this is a state level attack. This is a very powerful attack. And that makes me first and foremost happy because they're nervous about this series. Thank you everyone who watched the first episode and installment of Becoming Brigitte. If you have not yet done that, you should go watch that. It's pinned to the top of our YouTube page. And also, for those of you that are looking for past episodes, and some people say I can't see it on YouTube, you have to pivot over to the live column because we do the show live every day. I'm actually live. It's really me right here. I'm right here. And so they keep it, which I think is really foolish, in a separate tab. So just look for the live tab and you can find our previous episodes. Okay, I'm going to answer a couple more questions and then I'm going to go because it's been 67 minutes and I don't think I have any more tea to spill. This person, Ethan, writes, Liz Plank really sucks. Yeah. Once you realize she just was bought and they put her in a Wrexham series and that was the reason she turned on him in 4 seconds. Again, everyone wants to be an A-lister and none of them are going to be A-listers. Okay. This is basically like the casting couch and none of them are going to get cast. And actually, this is going to be the worst possible thing because all of America is watching this and this is leaving a bad taste in their mouth. We just left and right, whether you supported Me Too or you didn't support Me Too, we all have a boundary when it comes to kicking kittens. That's it. All of us. And I agree with you. It's crappy. The Whatever podcast is here. Hello. They write, hey, Candace, what is your favorite Deadpool movie? I've only seen one of them and I wasn't a fan. I was like, this is like guy humor, I guess. It wasn't for me. So yeah, I know a lot of guys like this. I could never watch Ryan Reynolds again because now I know that he's like, I don't know, I just feel like he's like violent. He's got a little bit of violence in him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like he hits people, but I'm saying to think that he's using acting as a tool to vent his frustration and potentially casting his wife as a bitch because he's angry about her behavior when he got home and didn't like flirty messages. And I'm working on another timeline, by the way, of all of Ryan's footsteps. And every time Blake makes like a little complaint or like she fakes ill because the messages, the timeline, it just seems like she was ill too much. I'm realizing that it's when Ryan's home. So he's filming, then he pops over, and then suddenly Blake is like being a crazy person with demands. And then she's fine. Like she says, oh, I'm uncomfortable. And then she flies Justin Baldoni on her plane with her kids to go to LA. Like 2 days after, Ryan yelled at him in the apartment for saying, don't you dare ask my wife's weight. You know, that makes her uncomfortable. Don't do it again. And they're all crazy. And Justin's like, I'm sorry. I was just I just said it to the trainer because I have this back injury. 2 days later, Ryan's gone. And she's like, hey, do you want to come on a plane with me and my kids? What? She's like two different people. And I think it's who she is when he's there and he's making demands behind the scenes and he's taking her phone and she's writing emails and PR statements and who she is when he's gone. I'm working on that timeline. I'm going to have that for you guys later this week. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be spent jumping back into the Brigitte Macron series, as I said. And I'm thinking that we're going to have to bring that episode here onto YouTube, but I'm still working on this like a psycho. So do not worry about that, you guys, whatsoever. Lastly, Peggy writes, so disappointed in Fox News is Outnumbered, where the woman, including Harris Faulkner, took the side of Blake Lively because of the fat shaming that Baldoni did. Again, so disappointing. That's just poor research. That means that she didn't read the case. I mean, there was literally zero fat shaming at all. There was no fat shaming. And every time she alleged that there was fat shame, or she just read Blake Lively's complaint and didn't read the response to it, or she didn't go through, like I did, every post of Justin Baldoni, the years of searching for a cure for the pain that he has in his back and, you know, all of the yoga kombucha stuff and going down to South America. Like he wasn't faking the injury. Long before Blake Lively was in the picture, he had these back problems and he spoke about them publicly. Because it was a source of a lot of internal pain for him. And you cannot come out of understanding that and realizing that they gave him the trainer. He knew it was her trainer and he was literally asking a question so he wouldn't re-injure himself. And so Harris Faulkner is wrong. And you're right to be upset that she didn't do the research and instead is believing that Blake Lively, who was the one that fat shamed herself by saying, I want to lose another 20 pounds, when he said, don't worry about your weight at all, she's the one that's problematic. And I think Ryan Reynolds is driving the bus. WME, I would drop Ryan Reynolds about now. I'd be like, listen, it's gone too far. Jason Hode, Steph's husband, girl, you're going to have to like, you know, alpha a bit and be like, what do you have me in? There's some bad stuff coming. All I'm saying. Not saying anything else. All right, guys. I think I got everybody's question here. Amy, thank you. She says, thank you so much for providing hands down the best entertainment. Yep, we already said that. And Bling is the new black writes, oh my God, I've become such a huge fan. I would love to do some merch with you. We got that. Okay, I think I got everything. Oh, RN Explorer. Wow, Candace, my mind is blown. Mr. and Mr. Macron do not know who they are messing with. Yeah, I'm thorough. If I'm going to bring something to the forefront, I am always going to be thorough. And so we'll keep going on with this thorough investigation, you guys. Please head to CandaceOwens.com. We've worked so hard on this website. Sign up, support, join the book club, watch Shot in the Dark. You'll get time with me First book of the month is going to be Chaos. It's going to be so great. And I look forward to meeting with you all. I'm really grateful for all the new followers that we have and the new supporters, and for you guys making it possible for me to do what I love, despite the fact that the mainstream media hates me. But if it makes you feel better, I hate them right back.